Good morning, everyone. I am VK Pavani, lecturer in history, PSWRDC Warangal East. Today I am going to explaining about military organization of Mughals. Mughal army, right from Babur's age, was known for strong and excellent military strength. The large army of Ibrahim Lodi was no much to Babur's small, but well-trained and highly equipped army. It is a superiority, wonderful spirit, and war strategy of Babur and his soldiers, which put an end to Ibrahim Lodi's large army. Mughal army consisted people from various races and groups. See here, they include like Mongols, Taimurs, Turks, Uzbeks, Afghans, Persians, Rajputs and Marathas, etc. These are all races in their army, including Mughal army, Mongols, Taimurs, Turks, Uzbeks, Afghans, Persian, Rajputs and Marathas soldiers were there. So it is a mixed army. It is built upon the principle of quality, ability, and skill. Mughal army can be divided into two sections. That is, first one is the imperial army, and the second one is the Mansabdari army. Okay, here let me explain one by one. So, what about imperial army? It was under the direct control of emperor, and it was very well trained. Thus, what are the duties of imperial army? So here, its main duties are protection of the royal palace, emperor, capital, and boundaries of the empire. These are all duties of imperial army. So the emperor used to personally interact with this force, that is imperial army. Next one is Mansabdari army. It is the second type of army. Second one is the Mansabdari army. It was the brainchild of Akbar. The emperor organized this force under the commandership of Mansabdar. The Mansabdari force were 1/3 of total Mughal army. So Mansabdari's rank or cadre, according to one view, his rank, the Mansabdari was given the responsibility of maintaining fixed number of cavalry force. Fixed number of cavalry force. His salary was also paid in the form of cash by emperor. Some lands were also given to the Mansabdar. During the Akbar period, the entire Mansabdaris were divided into 33 categories. The highest Mansabdar rank was 10,000, lowest was only 10. It is under Jahangir, it rose 40,000 Mansabdaris rank or cadre. The Mansabdari was a military and civil officers. Thus, here, after the introduction of Mansabdari system, Akbar noticed certain defects in it. That's why he introduced Jat and Sawari system. So what is that? Jat and Sawari system. Jat was the originally granted rank in the Mansabdars. Sawar means the real number of cavalry force. So, who maintained cavalry force? Cavalry force maintained by Mansabdar. Okay, right. So jot indicates the number of horses, elephants, etc., which were not useful for war. Savar really indicates the cavalry forces which were fit to be used to in war or battle. Okay, so in order to avoid cheating by Mansabdars from maintaining low quality horses. Here, Akbar, one more new system introduced. Here, one more new system is there, that is Dag and Chirag system. It is also introduced by Akbar. Dag Chirag system, Mansabdari system, and Jat Sawari system. These are all systems were introduced by Akbar. So, what is the meaning of Dag? Dag means putting the seal of the emperor on the back of horse and the other side with the seal of Mansabdar. This is the dog. And next, giraffe. Giraffe means the small giraffe of our biodata of the soldiers was also maintained to avoid all types of fraud. Giraffe means biodata of soldiers. This is the dog giraffe system. These are all systems were introduced by Akbar. Thus, Mansabdari system contributed a lot to the success of Mughals. But when the Sultanate center became weak, he was challenged or revolted by powerful. This also became one of the main reasons for the decline of Mughal Empire. Decline of Mughal Empire after the death of Aurangzeb. Okay, so this is the military organization of Mughals. Thank you very much.